you celebrating your own existence. You are my disciple. With all my love, I tell you guys. The best thing I received from my Guru, I am giving you guys as a prasada. This too is the best thing I received from my Guru. One, my Guru is real. Second, I committed to him. I will live like that. Over. That's all. And I tell you, you will always be successful. I am real. My words are real. It's my blessing to all of you. Ferocious blessing. My disciples always win, succeed. If I look, what is the essence of my life? My personal attachment to my Guru, that's all. All the best things in my life I received only from that. Without even knowing what is integrity, I enjoyed integrity with him. Without even knowing what is responsibility, I enjoyed responsibility for him. Without even knowing what is enriching, I was enriching about him to the world. Without even knowing what is Brahman, I had Brahman Jnana from him. Before even knowing the word Brahman, he gave me Brahman Jnana. The unit of your life is your identification about you. How you perceive you is the unit with which you measure whole universe. Introducing your higher existence in parallel universe, asserting your higher existence in parallel universe, reassuring about your higher existence in parallel universe, initiating you and giving you the experience about your higher existence, making you face yourself in the parallel universe, is my responsibility. Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. You are my disciple. With all my love, I tell you guys, the best thing I received from my Guru, I am giving you guys as a prasada. This too is the best thing I received from my Guru. One, my Guru is real. Second, I committed to him. I will live like that. Over. That's all. And I tell you, you will always be successful. I am real. My words are real. It's my blessing to all of you. Ferocious blessing. My disciples always win, succeed. Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. The unit of your life is
Nithyananda Paramashivoham Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyananda everyone. We welcome all of you to the program Introduction to Paramashivoham Level 3. So before we enter into the segment, KAILASA National Security Agency would like to have some mandatory security measures. Please be aware of all the security measures. Also, please be aware of all the important cautions. So with this, we welcome all the KAILASVasis attending from KAILASA monasteries, gurukuls, temples, adinams, centers from around the world. We welcome all the NTV, KAILASA TV, Hinduism Now TV, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube viewers, and all those blessed to have Nana Dixon. We are video conferencing who are joining us for today's program. We'll start the segment with a brief introduction of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the various initiatives taken by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to revive KAILASAs internationally. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of KAILASA, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilization. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors, who are enlightened masters and adepts. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based university a lifestyle for humanities. So now we'll look into some of the coronation ceremonies of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So before the year of 1981, he was identified as the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva by the spiritual adepts and the enlightened masters of Hinduism. In the year 1981, he was initiated into Bala Sannyas and Chaturmasya at the age of 3. And in the year 1988, he was coronated as the future Guru Mahasannidhanam of Tonde Mandala Adinam, which is the oldest monastic university. In the year 1994, he was appointed as the successor of Arunachala Sarvanyapita by the Guru Parampara. In the year 1999, he founded the Mission Nithyananda Sangha to revive KAILASAs internationally. In the same year, he was also coronated as the successor of Kashi Sarvanyapitham. In the year 2002, he founded the Adi KAILASA Sarvanyapitham. In the year 2004, he was declared as the successor of Bhagyanagara Sripura Sarvanyapitham. In the same year, he was also declared as the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajya of Suryavamsa lineage. In the year 2007, he was declared as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Adi Pallava Sarvanyapitham. In the same year, he was also declared as the Mahamandaleswar of Mahanirvani Akhara. In the year 2012, he was coronated as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Madurai, Shyamala Pitha Sarvanyapitham, which is the oldest Hindu papal state and the monastic kingdom of Hinduism. In the year 2013, he was officially coronated as the Mahamandaleswar of Mahanirvani Akhara, which is the largest apex monastic order, and at the time of coronation ceremony, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was the youngest Mahamandaleswar. In the same year, he was also declared as Acharya Mahamandaleswar of Atal Akhara by Acharya Mahamandaleswar Sukhdevanandji, the then incumbent spiritual head. In the coming year, he was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Tanjavur Adinam. In the year 2014, he was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Tiruvarur Adinam and the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Vedaranyam Adinam and the Panchanadipula Adinam. In the year 2015, he was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharmamukti Swargapuram Adinam and the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Adipit Kuladamat. In the same year, he was also elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 spiritual leaders, the Pontiffs of Hinduism. So let us look into some of the global initiatives taken by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. For the last 28 years, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been serving the humanity through the various services and initiatives, including the free vegetarian food, medical services, natural disaster relief, women empowerment initiatives, conflict resolutions, peace initiatives, sustainable Hindu practices through various international agencies and the bodies. He has authored more than 300 books, 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, that has been translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. Over 20 million copies of books and articles has been sold, read, and downloaded. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also established the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as the most prolific, most viewed guru in the digital world, read and watched by 1 billion plus followers in Hinduism. Over 10,000 hours of discourses, over 1 million views on the social media. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is respected as a commentator of all the sacred scriptures, such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Jnana Sutras, Shiva Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gitas, and the various other scriptures of Hinduism. He is honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader. He is also acclaimed as one of the top 100 spiritually influential living personality by Watkins Mind, Body, Spirit magazine. The Sovereign Order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, and Hindu diaspora are working for global peace and to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established the largest Hindu university in the world with the satellite campuses in 150 countries. He has also established 1,000 plus KAILASA Enlightenment ecosystem to revive the Enlightenment. He is also founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvanya Peethams. So now we'll look into one of the greatest contributions by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and that is revival of science of power manifestations. Science of power manifestations are directly from the scriptures, the source scriptures of Hinduism. In the Vedagamas, which is the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest more than 463 plus powers through the third eye. Manifesting powers are described as the system, method, and the science for human beings to explore the various possibilities, powers, and have access to the various states of consciousness. All these powers are directly revealed by Paramashiva himself, by the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality, and the cause which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasa, all-pervading, unchanging, beyond time, space, form, and causality. At the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and the Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, or the five cosmic acts of Srishti, which is creation, Sthiti, which is sovereign rulership, and maintenance, Samhara, which is rejuvenation, Tirobhava, pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, blessing, liberating grace on all the living entities. So how do we manifest the powers? So every ultimate truth, when mapped into our consciousness, it manifests as the possibility and power of every being. So now we'll look into the science of power of body scanning, and in this power of body scanning, one awakens to the ability to scan illnesses, disease, and medically diagnosed issues, and provide solutions through the awakened third eye. So look into the Shastra Pramana, that is scriptural references, and this is from Vigyan Bhairava Tantra, where Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from subtle to subtlest constitute a principle of your whole body, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause by the experience of such restful awareness. One becomes complete from all the thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. Looking into the Apta Pramana, and this is from the life of a great Siddha Tiraiya, who was also the prominent disciple of Rishi Agatya. One day a man suffering from the severe headache comes to Agatya for healing. Agatya uses the power of body scanning and identify the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small Tiraya sitting in the person's brain. Agatya immediately instructs Tiraya, his disciples, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. After the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and cured of the headache. Thus again the name Tiraya. The Atma Pramana, and this is from the life of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and on 22nd December 2019, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed how he uses the power of body scanning. He said that only when he had the multiple compound hand fractured, he was forced to go for surgery and therefore for medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in the different organs. It was revealed that he had been poisoned without his knowledge, and he immediately used the diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body conditions due to the poisoning. Through the body scanning, he found out what the problem, imbalances had happened, and where the balance was to be. He used allopathy as a second opinion to verify the findings. So, as the living incarnation of Paramashiva, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, embodies the most profound yogic states that surpass all bounds of time, space, and matter. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is gifting this pure, great science of third eye awakening, along with the many other spiritual sciences, through initiation. And millions of people have been initiated by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and they have been experiencing the profound results and the powers in their everyday life. So all of us can also receive these initiations by attending the Paramashivoham program. So we'll be talking more about the Paramashivoham program in the coming segment. All of you can register for the Paramashivoham program. For every single day, you can register yourself for the program. And you can register yourself on kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. So now we'll be moving to the next segment after a short break, and we'll look into more details about what Paramashivoham program will be offering to all of you through this program, what all Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will be giving to all of us at the sciences of multiple lokas, the various initiations to overcome all the challenges and problems of our life. And also we're going through the Pratyaksha Paramana, the sharing of the participants who have attended the program, and we'll listen to their sharing, how they got benefited by attending the program. So we'll do so after a short break. We request all the viewers to stay tuned.
Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. The unit of your life is your identification about you. How you perceive you is the unit with which you measure whole universe. Introducing your higher existence in parallel universe, asserting your higher existence in parallel universe, reassuring about your higher existence in parallel universe, initiating you and giving you the experience about your higher existence, making you face yourself in the parallel universe is my responsibility.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the segment now. So now we will go into deeper details about the various things that you are going to be learning through the program Paramashivoham level 3. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares with all of us that all our problems have a solution from the other worlds. And in this program, you are going to get introduced about the various other worlds. And through that, you can build your body with the various superhuman Shaktis of Paramashiva. So also in this program, you are going to get initiations into the various powers, the Shakti of Paramashiva. And using those powers, you can build your body as you want. So what happens in the Paramashivoham level 3 season 2, and then soon will be announcing for the next season dates also. So through this Paramashivoham program, you go through an irreversible superconscious mutations. This process will be carried out inside your very DNA level, due to which you are going to be experiencing the various dimensions of the life, the various powers, the various tattvas, the various lokas, You are going to be experiencing the Kailasa, the Vaikuntha Loka, the Satya Loka. You are also going to be experiencing various tattva like integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching. You are going to be experiencing the various dimensions of life, the various like Amritattva, Ishwaratva, the intense activism, the living Advaita, wealth. You will go through the various completion processes like the past life regression, the completion process to overcome the fear of death. You will experience the time-space elasticities, the higher lokas, the God particles, and many more experiences. And through these various initiations and the experiences, all the problems of your life from this world will become irrelevant. You can imbibe the qualities of the divine while boons are showered from the other worlds. So whenever when you are going to travel to the different lokas through the various initiations, you will also be receiving the various boons and the blessings from the gods and goddesses or the divine beings of those lokas. You will learn the secret to eternal youth while you experience your dimensions of Sarvanatva, the power of all knowing. You yourself will become immortal as you drop your obsessive compulsive patterns, the self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, and the self-sabotaging patterns. So in this program, one of the biggest experience that you are going to be having is overcoming the various patterns and the self-doubt, self-hatred, and the self-denial. Once you go through those completions, you become an avadhanis and perform the thousands of tasks simultaneously and synergetically. So let us look into a short video that Supreme Point of Hinduism gives more detail about what an avadhani is and how all of you can start manifesting the avadhanis in us. So let us listen to this video.
When invaders invaded India, they burnt libraries. Some of our libraries was burning for 2 years, but the whole thing was rewritten within next 10 years by just 10 Brahmins sitting in a remote forest. That is the way, even though millions of temples are destroyed and the libraries got burned, we immediately came back. Now is the time to revive all the 25 branches of Avadhani tradition. With Paramashiva's grace, I have a right to talk about all these things because I already demonstrated many things which I am talking. When invaders invaded India, they burnt libraries, whole thing. Some of our libraries was burning for 2 years. Around 20 million books, manuscripts have been burnt. But the whole thing was rewritten within next 10 years by just 10 Brahmins sitting in a remote forest, because in their DNA the whole thing is programmed and in their memory the whole thing is there. They just sit and go on writing. Self says, I took my 1,000-headed Patanjali Adisesha farm and wrote this whole Mahabhashya. It means he became the Sahasravatani, the 1,000 independent, intelligent brain tracts. He activated it. And all the whole 1,000 track revealed all the 1,000 branches of the knowledge. Patanjali is the Tamil Brahmin who is a Sahasravatani, mantra, Shastra-centric Sahasravatani. Is a Tanjore Brahmin. Shastra-centric Sahasravatani. He reveals the whole Mahabhashya. So if you just have one Patanjali, even if 1,000 libraries are burnt, no problem. They will repeat it and rewrite it, pen the whole thing down in next 10 years. That is the way, even though millions of temples are destroyed and the libraries got burned, we immediately came back. We immediately revived the whole thing in next generation, within next generation. Now is the time to revive not just the Avadani science of organ-centric, mantra-centric, Shastra and Shastra-centric, all the 25 branches of Avadani tradition. Sahasravatana in all 25 branches, the mantra, power manifestation. Power manifestation, Shakti Avishkarana is one of the signs, branches. We can create kids who can perform 1,000 power manifestation at a time. Sahasravatana at a time. I can talk about all these things. With Paramashiva's grace, I have a right to talk about all these things because I already demonstrated many things which I am talking. Understand? The organ-centric Sahasravatana. That is what is this remote vision, ability to read blindfolded, and Shastra-centric Sahasravatana. That is what is that any book without opening the eyes, the kids can just tell what is there in which page. Already Nithyananda demonstrated this power multiple times. Sarvanyatva, not just Nithyananda, many kids along with Nithyananda demonstrated this power multiple times. And Astra-centric, Astra-Shastra-centric, Sahasravatana. This comes under this materialization. Many other power manifestations come under this Astra and Shastra-centric Sahasravatana. You can receive anything you want and send anything you want. Many of these powers, these Avadana traditions, these sciences I have demonstrated. Now, through a large-scale Gurukul, I'll be taking this whole science to the whole world. See, the good news I have for all of you is, with the grace of Paramashiva, we demonstrated it is possible. We already revived the foolproof. The methodology is success, end-to-end, the quality control pass. That is done. Now we will have to make it available to the whole world by making large numbers, like 10,000 balasans, 10,000 female sannyasinis, 10,000 rudraganyas, manifesting these different Avadana traditions. That is what we have to do, and that is what I am doing. That is what I am focused, and I know what all the dangers and attacks possible, what all the persecution, dangers and attacks possible. I am first doing all the protection needed to protect once I start doing this work. So understand, with the grace of Paramashiva, we will do it, and he is doing it. He is really doing it. He is doing great work in large scale. Great work in large scale. I am just creating the infrastructure needed to host these thousands of kids, thousands of Gurukul Balasans, thousands of sannyasis, Rudraganyas, Apat sannyasis, who will work on the superconscious mutation, start manifesting these powers.
Nandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Vanvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tatvamasyadi Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Praganaraitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyananda, everyone. So we wanted to share a little bit about the Paramashivoham 3 experiences. So the last few weeks, so we have just 2.5 days remaining in this season and the blessings from Swamiji. And so Swamiji was telling about the Avadanis and really the higher purpose and possibility of life. So Hinduism, Sanatana Hindu Dharma is really the royal way of living. So not just how we often think and feel and see in the society as middle-class mentality, this is the daily grind, but actually something much, much bigger is possible for each and every one of us. And all it really takes is our yes, to say yes to the sun, say yes to the bigger, higher reality that exists, even when the clouds of delusion are what we are focused on. And so we have seen so many breakthroughs and behind the scenes breakthroughs. The process of people getting themselves to be with Swamiji in Paramashivoham 3 has been one of the biggest shifts in the lives of everyone who has come to participate in these sessions with Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, during this season of Paramashivoham 3. And so this is one of the beautiful gifts that only the avatar can give, is the breakthrough just by listening to what Swamiji says. And so it doesn't take anything more than that. The moment you decide, yes, I'm going to start, I'm going to move, I'm going to work, I'm going to jump, the breakthrough happens for you. So even before you enter into this Paramashivoham 3 experience with Swamiji, you will be having the breakthroughs already. So please go to paramashivoham.org, kailasa.org/Paramashivoham and enter your intention. If you need an assistance now, you can put a message in the chat of the social media platform you are on, especially YouTube and Facebook. So I would like to invite now Sri Ramaya Nithyanandam, welcome, and who has participated in a experiences of the Paramashivoham 3. Aya, please, if you can just tell where you're from and share what is your experience of the Paramashivoham 3.
Okay. Nithyanandam, I'm Sri Ram, I'm from Tamil Nadu. So initially when I was hearing about this program, so I was like, okay, let's do the next Paramashivoham. I don't want this now. You can attend the program later. Literally my postponing pattern, it was heavy and it was coming inside. So I was reluctant to attend the program. So and it was going for a while, and I was literally avoiding the program, anything related to this program. Okay. So then one of the during one of my navigating through the Facebook, I was going through Swamiji's words, which said like you cannot manifest anything or you cannot like solve any of the problems by distancing ourselves from the Guru, right? So we cannot run away from the Guru and achieve something. So that particular line was was striking me so hard, and I was like, and I was there thinking, so okay, yeah, that sounds yeah, the reality we cannot do anything or achieve anything by distancing away from the guru or so we need Swamiji's grace, we need Guru's grace to do anything or to achieve anything. So I was like, okay, so let's get more information about Paramashivoham, and I was seeing some of the sharings, and it was amazing. So next day I paid up, and I was in the program, and I attended for one day. It was like Sukra Darshan on 22nd of last month, I guess. So it was amazing. The anchors who really connected the program, they were really setting the context very good. Like about talking about simple obedience towards Guru's words, like how maintaining integrity with the Guru's words, enriches so much in our lives and all. So we were hearing Swamiji's, we were hearing directly from the Swamiji's words through the satsangs. So as everyone knows, every time we hear the same satsang, it will be like freshly, we'll be hearing it as if we are hearing it for the first time. So it was like that, and so it was really setting the context very well. So once the context was set, and then Swamiji started to give darshan, and the time it was so intense because the first time I was experiencing this, I was keeping the Atmamurti in front of me, and Swamiji literally coming through the two-way, and when seeing Swamiji through the Atmamurti I was like, was really sitting in front of me and blessing me with this huge form, and I was literally like flowing with gratitude. The compassion through his eyes was oozing out, and literally my kundalini started awakening. The 2 hours of absolute bliss and nothing else. It was the longest time since I was in the same space. So it was really amazing. So and I was literally asking Swamiji about to burn the samskaras and the incompletions that I have, and then the really heavy self-doubting pattern that I have. And I was really requesting Swamiji, please burn this, even if something is blocking the burning, just penetrate through that and just burn. I'll do anything to burn all my samskaras in the self-doubting pattern. I don't know, somehow Swamiji heard that, and after like 2 hours, it was really feeling very light after the program. Just like how because I attended a lot of programs in Bidadi in Bangalore. Literally, we will be doing samskara dana kriyas, and after coming out of the program, I'll be feeling very light. And this is the first time I was I was feeling the same way through an online program. So that is how like Swamiji's intensity of being present in the program, and through the online, I felt really good after that. So that was such an amazing experience and compassion by Swamiji. Thank you, Swamiji, for that.
Yeah, right. So exactly, I guess so part of this is that we have a strong belief that our life has to continue the way that it's been. And really one of the major gifts of Guru Shishya Sampradaya in Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the proof that that's not necessary. And that, as you said, we can burn all of our incompletions. But really, in order to walk that path, to know how to proceed, we need a being who's already there to guide us. And so I know that was a big part of your process, was just getting that, recognizing, as you said, that avoiding the incompletions or moving away from Guru is not going to result in a solution.
Yes, yeah. So that was striking me as the point where I decided to attend the program. So I was like literally postponing. Okay, we can do later, maybe the next program, the next season. This time I'll do whatever I want. This. But but that point, which I don't know, it was like Swamiji literally telling me through the Facebook that, okay, you cannot do that, you cannot escape. Somehow it was like coincidence or something, but that was really striking me, and that was that one line is enough for me to break my postponing pattern and like, okay, I want to attend this, I want to sit in front of Swamiji's presence. So that was really somehow it like manifested, and I have to say that it was Swamiji's grace that I attended. Thanks for his compassion and his grace, I would say.
Yeah, so exactly. So what we've seen is completely unexpected results for people in terms of even immediately how they interact with their family and their relationships. Also a different level of confidence and commitment for people to what their goals are. It's really what's happening, like you mentioned, really what's happening is we're making a commitment to ourselves to a higher level than what we can achieve by ourselves. But that means that it's not going to also even be only one day. It means that we're getting the powers and the consciousness instilled in us through initiation by the enlightened avatar, who is uniquely qualified to do that on a level beyond what we can understand. So when we decide to go along with the process of raising ourselves, even whatever our goals are, getting that jump start and continued guidance is a really important part. It's not just the one day, it's I'm changing my life forever, even I don't know how, but I'm making a strong statement to the cosmos that this must happen, and I'm taking the best possible guide that I can in my life. This is really an important understanding for people to have, that it's something that can change instantly, that you can literally continue to work with to change all the aspects of your life, including all of your relationships and activities that you go through. So it's not just now, like you were mentioning, that it's I thought I could postpone. It's a commitment to myself that I'm going to be able to raise myself even if I don't know how.
Yeah, it's kind of a breakthrough, I would say. So every time we break our own pattern, we are moving something towards expanding, or we are moving forward. So postponing pattern is something which I have, and I think like this time I really got a breakthrough on this one. So if you want to do it, no, do it now. Right? That is one thing. And as you said, like whatever that we do now, what are the powers or the blessings that we which Swamiji gives us, it is not only like for one day or something, like it is going to be for the rest of our lives. And whatever that we receive from Swamiji, Swamiji always says, like everyone knows, Swamiji promises one thing, but always gives more than what he promises. Like beyond whatever people imagine, they wouldn't even expected what the Swamiji will be giving us. So it is going to be a blessing for throughout our lifetime. So every time we break a pattern, I think we move towards enlightenment, and we move forward. So yeah, it is literally I can say that it is a blessing in disguise.
Exactly. And it's even something for parents and people who are having doubt, that we need to model for others that we're trusting a higher power than just the society's feedback of our actions. This is something we need to show to kids, that you don't have to know all the answers. If you have the right guide, you can take just the scene for that day and continue to reevaluate and move forward. There's too much SDHDs, too much doubt, and too much self-hatred about our own abilities. And one thing you had said was that it was as though Swamiji must have heard my prayer. And the thing is, right, the avatar is that consciousness. And so this is the thing we often think of the master as a person. And but the thing is, for him to manifest the consciousness as he is, he must be situated in the source of the consciousness, which is the same source that is the source of you. So actually, there's no difference between you and Guru. We often feel like, I wonder if Swamiji knows, hey, he is you. You have to say yes to you.
Yeah, so I would agree to that. But sometimes like we forget that, right? So every time we have to keep on like reminding ourselves till that goes into our depth. So every time we remind ourselves about that, we move towards the depth, like putting inside something inside the depth rather than being in the length and breadth side. So yes, I would completely agree into that. So I think this time I got a breakthrough after deciding to come to Paramashivoham, and the program really works wonder actually. Wonders on us, and Swamiji really, if we allow, that's one main thing which I want to stress about. If we allow, like open ourselves to Swamiji really works wonders on us. So this time the Paramashivoham is completely on a different level. I think people should really, force them to attend even. Yeah.
Too many breakthroughs, and we come to understand this is one of the reasons or effects of when Swamiji gives these kind of experiences as Paramashivoham 3, is everyone who's even involved in a secondary way gets a breakthrough just from the jump and the action that people spring into. So thank you so much for joining us today, Aya, and thank you everyone. And we will see you again next time.
Thank you.
And
Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. The unit of your life is your identification about you. How you perceive you is the unit with which you measure whole universe. Introducing your higher existence in parallel universe, asserting your higher existence in parallel universe, reassuring about your higher existence in parallel universe, initiating you and giving you the experience about your higher existence, making you face yourself in the parallel universe is...
Nithyananda everyone, welcome back to the session. So just now we went through the sharing of the participant, Sri Ram. So where he shared his various experiences that he gained by attending the Paramashivoham program. So now let us look into more detail about this program. So in this program, you can meet yourself in all the 7 multiverses while you will be seated in front of the cosmos, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. Also in this program, you will have the opportunity to directly have question and answer session with the Bhagavan Paramashiva himself. So this is one of the lifetime chance that is there in front of you through this program Paramashivoham, where you can be literally on a Zoom call with the Paramashiva, with the God himself. So I request all of you not to miss this cosmic opportunity and do enrich all your friends and family, the loved ones, and register for this program Paramashivoham level 3. So soon we'll be also announcing for the next Paramashivoham, which all of you can attend and benefit from the various gifts that Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is sharing to all of us through this program. So now we'll look into the brief introduction of the science of traveling to the higher lokas. So this is one of the powerful experience that all of you are going to get through in this program, and through this traveling through the various multiple lokas, you'll be making all the problems of this world irrelevant in your life, and also will be going through the various super conscious meditations. So let us look into the details about how do we travel to the higher lokas. So as Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has shared this science with all of us. We'll go through that. So during the darshan or initiation, a receptor, which is the participant, can momentarily experience the expanded space of the cosmos. So darshan allows the transmission of the cosmic superconscious mutation energy to happen in all of us. Infusion of this cosmic superconscious mutation energy results in the quantum entanglement and causes the neurons of the receptor to mirror the space of perpetual completion, radiating from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at the biological level. Mirror neurons, they are the special neurons that can observe and mimic the actions of the other neurons through the initiation, through the imitation. So unlike the classical imitation, mirror neurons can activate and process all the movements or the information without the physical act of imitation. The entire body can silently and without movement recreate what is happening elsewhere through a process of the direct observations. So this is the exact science of moving from one loka to the higher loka with the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is like a radiating light. Our body and minds are like a mirror. So when we sit in unclassed way in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism presence, all our bodies and the mind become the mirror reflecting the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism consciousness. We all get focused like a laser beam, aligned and polarized toward the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism consciousness. So the space biomemory is simply transmitted into all of us. Our body becomes light and just flows into the ether. So for an example, if we keep 5 such mirrors in front of a single light, the illumination is going to be 5-fold, because 5 mirrors are reflecting the light and the whole area is lit intensely. So imagine if thousands of mirrors are kept in front of the same light, we can imagine what will happen. So when thousands of people sit in front of the space presence in an unclassed space, the same superconscious mutation is reflected 10,000 times more. An intense superconscious energy field is created. If thousands of bodies and the mind focus themselves on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism consciousness, it becomes equivalent to thousands of enlightened beings sitting in the Samadhi. And through this superconscious mutation process, we can travel to the higher lokas of the cosmos and experience the higher states of the consciousness. So Paramashivoham, it is an immersive 21-day awakening event to teach all of us the science of manifesting the ultimate consciousness in us. The science begins with the discovering the Paramashiva in all of us and then getting established in this true identity by manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. So this program is not just another meditation program. It is a program to push the humanity itself to the next level of consciousness of Paramashiva, which is the ultimate consciousness as per Hinduism. Avatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, who has realized the state of super consciousness, is transmitting his experience of Paramashivoham via initiations. So this program will change who we know as ourselves, our very being, to make us radiate the super consciousness. The meaning of the word Paramashivoham is I am Paramashiva, and this is the ultimate truth. And the Paramashiva is the ultimate consciousness, the source of all the creation. He is the source of all the cause, effect, and the source of all that we perceive and all that is unmanifest in our lives. So this Paramashivoham, you are going to be manifesting the deeper experiences of the 25 states of consciousness, the vertical time zones, and the deeper experiences of the power manifestation. You are going to be experiencing the powerfulness when you go through the different states of consciousness, and you can use all of them to manifest your reality. So in this program, you're going to be learning about the different lokas, the planes of existence in the universe, and also traveling and having the experiences of all these different lokas. You are also going to learn how your finite being is capable of perceiving and operating across all the planes of existence simultaneously. You can relate with the gods and goddesses across the different planes, and you can get a glimpse of the super consciousness while living in a so-called ordinary life wherever you are. So through the various initiations, we all are going to be living a superhuman life, living in the human body, just by awakening the third eye and the various powers of Paramashiva. The ancient scriptures of Hinduism, the Vedagmas, mentions about the science of manifesting Shaktis, the divine superhuman powers. So Paramashiva has described more than 463 different yogic Shaktis in the Agamas, including the ability to see with the eyes blindfolded, seeing far off distances beyond obstacles, scanning the human body, healing it, teleportations, materializations, moving matter with our consciousness, and many more. Manifesting these extraordinary powers makes us truly established in the identity of Paramashivoham, and that is I am Paramashiva. So this is a very brief introduction of what all of you will be receiving and experiencing through this program, Paramashivoham. To gain the real experiences and to understand the real gift that Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is sharing with all of us, I request all of you to register for this program, and you can register on kailasa.org/Paramashivam. So just visit the link and register, book your seat for this program. So with this, we come to end of this segment of Introduction to Paramashivoham Level 3. So now we will move to the next segment, and that is going to be a live satsang of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So I request all of you to please bring your listening and let us enter into the live satsang.